This video is brought to you by viewers like you. If you have ever seen the channel JelloApocalypse, they used to have this series where they would take different franchises and review their movies in 10 words or less. I thought it'd be such a fun idea to do, and it's been like 4 years since they last did one of these. But instead of doing franchises, I opted for movies that I personally believe would never or should never get a sequel. Like, ever. This originally began with me wanting to talk about Everything Everywhere All at Once. Whew, that's a mouthful. Because when I conceived of this idea in early January, the movie was returning to theaters, so I thought, oh, perfect timing. But I think it's one of those movies that's best to go into like completely blind. So I was conflicted because I wanted to talk about it, but I also didn't want to do a full-blown review either. So this was my solution. But to make it a little more interesting, I can only choose one movie for each year, starting with 1992 up until 2022. I would say the movies that I picked fall into one of two categories. Either I enjoyed it and think a sequel would ruin the original, or I liked the idea of it and was glad that it was able to come to fruition, but maybe we should just not revisit that idea. Who knows, maybe you'll discover a new movie to watch, but leave any suggestions for movies that I didn't mention that shouldn't get a sequel for either positive or negative reasons down below. I forgot to mention that in JelloApocalypse video, they did a rating system, which I'm going to be using the same sort of rating system, where it's out of 10, but there are negatives, and negatives mean more so ironic enjoyment, like so bad it's good. Like, a 0 for me is that I just found the movie boring. Like, I didn't get any sense of enjoyment out of it. Okay, let's get started. Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum, an iconic movie trio. Get why it's beloved? It's just not beloved by me. If this ever gets a live action, I will riot. Anime already exposed me to the stepbrother trope. Knowledge truly is power. And so is nostalgia. Exploration of identity in such a surreal manner. A lot more rooted in reality now than ever. I'm not crying, you are. It's a tad bit confused, but it's got the spirit. Timeless classic. Movie was wiped from my memory until this very moment. Unironically good, and something I actually remember from school. Gave me a new perspective on life and aging. Imagine this happening anywhere but a house. A solid film, not much else to say. Very nostalgic. Would rewatch a dozen times over. Underrated gem that gave me nightmares as a kid. Felt more intrigued than scared while watching as a kid. Can we just talk about the transitions and visual gags? Hits a little too close to home for me. Wish the song Bigger Ring had made it into the original. Love a good age swap. Music spectacular. Perspective matters. It really does. Yeah, I like Pac-Man. Lack of communication leads to trouble, but make it double. Aww. Oh. Wealth, privilege, and a universal appeal. Enjoy the little things. No matter how small. Quick interjection. I actually had an alternate version of this, but it was one word too long. But I'm going to say it anyways because this is my channel. Enjoy the little things, no matter how little they might be. Is it okay to talk about Bruno? Nihilism. ... And a pair of rocks conversing made me cry. This was really fun to do, especially because I want to do something more lighthearted and easier after my last video. But again, let me know what movies you would have added to this list. Thank you so much for watching. I am Thorn, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.